Thank you for agreeing to serve as a table host for the University of Denver's A Community Table, and welcome to this short training video. You will be joined by table hosts locally and globally to facilitate discussions on April 11th about the issues that affect daily living in our communities. If you have any questions after watching this video, please feel free to contact us. Please also note that additional information can be found on a community table website or in the host guidebook, which will be included in the host kit that will be mailed to you. Here's the agenda for this short training video. First, we will provide background on a community table, which is part of the DU Grand Challenges initiative. Next, we will review what is included in your host kit, as well as offer facilitation tips and discuss ways to use your social media to share your group's ideas. We'll also cover how great ideas can be turned into action through $1,000 ACT grants. Finally, we'll let you know what to expect when the event ends and next steps. A community table is part of the University of Denver Grand Challenges initiative. The DU Grand Challenges initiative is a family of programs that bring together university and community change makers to address difficult and far-reaching issues facing our society today. The theme for the DU Grand Challenges is thriving communities. Our potential to thrive together is tied in with our ability to address interconnected issues that affect living, working, and participating in our communities. Over time, this theme will guide us in addressing these issues in our communities to ultimately improve daily living, increase economic opportunity, and advance deliberation and action for the public good. Each issue area will be addressed in a 3-year cycle, allowing us to co-create aspirations, actions, achievement with you and members of diverse communities around the globe. This year, we have started to work to build shared aspirations for improving daily living in our communities. This is why a community table and your involvement is so important. To build these aspirations, DU is asking alumni, faculty, students, and community members to host a mealtime conversation as part of a community table on April 11th, 2018. A community table is an ambitious one-day event to bring small groups together across the globe to share ideas, hopes, dreams, and perspectives for improving daily living in our communities. Conversations might touch on meeting basic needs such as food and housing, addressing violence, advancing environmental sustainability, supporting healthy development, and more. As a table host, we invite you to facilitate conversations about ways our communities can be safer and healthier for all. The aspirations that your table generates on April 11th will inform the collective actions we pursue next year as part of DU Grand Challenges. Your table can take place over breakfast, lunch, dinner, or any time in between. Who you invite and where you meet is up to you. You may choose to host a private table and invite your own guests, or you may choose to host an open table, which will be available for participants to register for. Help us spread the word. Let your connections know they can register to host or attend a table by visiting A Community Table website. A number of host resources are available on the A Community Table website, du.edu/act, including a participant invitation script you may use and guidance for communicating with guests prior to the event. As a table host, you will receive a kit that includes one tote bag for you, one guidebook, which contains all of the information in this training video, one social media frame that looks like a dialogue bubble for pictures, one DU table tent that you can put up so it is easy for your participants to locate you, one stamped self-addressed envelope that you will use to mail back completed surveys, 12 surveys, 12 notepads you can provide to participants, and 12 buttons for your participants to take home. Kits will be mailed to you unless you prefer to pick them up. If you prefer to pick up your host kit, they will be available on the DU campus in the Center for Community Engagement and Service Learning office, which is located in the Driscoll Student Center, Suite 22. Our office hours are 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Please email or call to arrange for pickup. Hosts who register their table after April 4th will be asked to pick up their kits, as we will not be able to guarantee arrival through the mail by April 11th. Here are a few basic facilitation tips. First, introduce yourself. Share your name, your background, and why you decided to be a community table host. Please also share a bit about DU Grand Challenges. There's information you can use in the host guidebook as well as on the website. Then, invite your guests to introduce themselves and say what brought them to the table. Third, set up the ground rules. This will support everyone's involvement in the conversation. Here are some examples of conversation ground rules. As a facilitator, you can encourage participants at your table to be respectful of one another, listen deeply to understand each other's perspective, be supportive, know it's okay to disagree, and know it's okay if guests don't want to share. After introductions and establishing ground rules for your table, you will lead the group in a conversation about issues and aspirations related to improving daily lives in our communities. In your host guidebook, you will be provided with these conversation prompts for you to pose to the group. The questions start broad and then encourage table participants to focus in on an idea or two. For the final conversation prompt, the goal is to give participants the opportunity to really dig into one or two ideas and begin to think through what it would take to implement. As a facilitator, there are some things you can do to support the dialogue. For example, encourage everyone to participate, invite guests to follow up and expand on their ideas and go deeper, share your photos, videos, and stories on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram using the hashtag #ACommunityTable2018. Email du.grandchallenges@du.edu or call 303-871-3499 if you have any questions. There are also things to try to avoid, and things to encourage participants to avoid as well. Do not feel like you have to micromanage the conversation. Instead, let it flow freely. Ask participants to avoid being judgmental or dismissive of any person's comments or ideas. Do not promote argument or unproductive debate. And do not be afraid to ask if you have any questions. During and after the conversation, we encourage you and other guests to engage with us on social media. Use the social media frame provided in your host kit to snap photos of your participants. You can share these photos, plus thoughts and short videos on your table by using the hashtags shown on this slide for Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. As the conversations at your table wrap up, we ask you to encourage your guests to share their ideas, perspectives, and aspirations with DU. Your kit will include short surveys to hand out to guests. After guests fill out the surveys, please collect and mail them into the return envelope provided with your kit. The survey form is also available online for guests who prefer that format or have to leave early. All of the ideas that you and your guests share will be carefully reviewed and integrated into the work of DU Grand Challenges. Your voice matters. We anticipate that you and your guests will develop innovative ideas that could be implemented to improve daily living. To turn those ideas into action, DU will provide 10 grants of up to $1,000. Winners will be announced by the end of June and will have a year to implement their ideas. Table participants who want to apply for an ACT grant to turn ideas into action can do so by creating a short video that is 2 minutes or less. Videos can be created on a smartphone and do not have to be elaborate or professionally produced. To be considered for funding, videos must be submitted by May 11th. Be sure to share your table participants' information about how to submit a video. Participants' videos should explain their idea, including how they or the group will put the idea into action, and why they believe this idea will improve daily living in our communities. You do not have to be affiliated with DU to submit an idea. To sum up, here are some reminders of what your role as a host will be. Prepare for your table by reviewing the guidelines and suggestions and checking out the host resources available to you on the A Community Table website. As host, you'll take the lead to facilitate a thoughtful discussion about improving daily living in our communities. Please engage your guests to share experiences by posting photos, videos, comments through social media. There is a social media frame included in your kit to use for your photos. Ask your guests to complete the short survey before they leave so that their ideas and perspectives inform the actions taken as part of DU Grand Challenges. Self-addressed envelope provided and drop it in the mail. Encourage your guests to submit a short video, 2 minutes or less, about their idea to improve daily living in the community for a chance to receive $1,000 and turn their idea into action. A community table is modeled after the Chicago Community Trusts on the Table event, now in its 5th year. We want to thank the Chicago Community Trust for their encouragement and their support for replicating their model in creating a community table. Thank you for watching this video. We appreciate you being a host for A Community Table. Let us know about your experience as a host by emailing us, leaving us a phone message, or sending us a note. Thank you.